This is our fills discussions and lesson module 1, developing fills in eighth note flows. I have a few different concepts for playing fills. The primary goal for me during a fill is to raise the emotion of what's happening at the given time, or lower the emotion of what's happening. Meaning maybe we're going into the chorus and we want to raise it. Maybe we're going back into the verse and we want to lower it. There has to be a reason for me to leave the beat that I'm playing. And the reason can't be I want to show you how cool of a drum fill I can play. Right? It took me a while when I first started doing a lot of records to stop trying to put on tape the greatest drum fill that had ever been played and just play the song and understand that the music would tell me what needed to happen during the fills, during the breakdowns, or whatever times when I was needed to leave the actual beat of the song and do something. The music needed to tell me what to do, and it needed to be something relative to what was going on. Here's the big issue with fills. If you practice a specific fill, you will look for a place to put that fill. And in the moment that you stop listening and playing to the music that you're doing, and you reach down for your grab bag of fills, for the fill that you learned this week, you grab it and you push it into that music somewhere, you've now stopped playing music and started playing the drums. And if there's anything that I've learned in all these years, there's thousands and thousands of great drummers in the world, not that many great musicians who play the drums. And the musicians who play drums work. We need to discuss not a fill. There's times during here in the classrooms that we're going to discuss specific fills, but the idea behind them is to give you a concept from which to work with, not a specific fill. The smarter thing to do is to work on developing facility. Facility is the ability to move around the drums in all the varying places that you have, and everybody's is different because you have a different drum setup. But develop facility in specific flows of notes. Eighth notes, 16th notes, triplets, whatever. So we're going to talk about eighth notes here in this lesson module. The idea behind that is that I have the ability to play eighth notes anywhere that I want on this drum set, voiced anywhere that I want to voice them. So that when I'm playing a groove that's based on eighth notes, or a song that's based on eighth notes, and I go to leave that beat, I can continue that flow of notes in a comfortable way, and that my body doesn't do anything where it says to me, yeah, I don't think so, we're not going to do that right now because we haven't done it before. We want to get rid of all the movements that we haven't done yet. We want to get them all out there, make our body comfortable so that there's nowhere we go where our body says, I don't want to do that, we haven't did it yet. This is how we do that. We're going to take eighth notes here in this lesson module, and we're going to look at two notes in a beat. So the eighth notes are pretty simple because there's only a couple different ways you can stick two notes in a beat. You can do right, left. You can do left, right. You can do right, right, left, left. You can do right, right foot, right, left foot, left, right foot, left, left foot, right foot, right hand, right foot, left hand, left foot, right hand, left foot, left hand. That's it. That's all the combinations there are of those two notes. So all you have to do is take each one of those combinations and write them on a piece of paper. Like say the first one, left, right with the hands, left, right with the hands. And begin to move that sticking around in that note flow with a subdivided click anywhere on the drums. A quick little example because it's so simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. That's very simple. One of the things you're going to notice is that even in that demonstration, I try to get to all of the instruments on the kit. I try to move around, get all the voices do movements that aren't common. So don't always do this. Go here from the floor to the snare, or maybe right hand on the aux snare over to the snare and cross over. Move all around the drums, because the object of this thing is for us to get rid of the movements we haven't done before. We want to do all the movements we can possibly think of with these stickings, so that when we go to play, like I said, our bodies go, cool, we've done this, no problem. As we begin to interplay hands and feet into these facility development exercises, they're going to get a little bit more difficult. For instance, if I want to play right hand, right foot, and just do an eighth note flow, now I need to be able to move that around in a consistent way. Just a quick demonstration of that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 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 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Again, I'm trying to do all these, I'm playing the edge of the cymbals, I'm doing everything I can possibly do to break down how many movements that I haven't done before. One of the things that's going to happen when you're doing these exercises, not so much with these eighth notes, but when in the next lesson modules, when we talk about sixteenths and triplets and things, you're going to notice that the voicing on the drums will start to throw your ear a little bit, meaning you're not maybe used to hearing a 12-inch tom or a mid-sized tom on the downbeat, and then a snare drum on the upbeat, or a crown on 2 and then a hi-hat on 3, or they're just voicings you just don't hear that often. So you have to focus and drive through mentally in just the flow of notes. Don't let the voicing screw you up, because sometimes you'll just be playing a beat, just do a simple voicing of eighth notes, and just the way it got voiced will make you go, I don't know where one's at. So you don't want to get into that habit. You want to get in the habit of just thinking about the flow of notes as it's going by and not worrying about the voicing of what's happening. These are exercises. This is not, we're not playing music right now. We're just learning how to move around the instrument. So let me go ahead and give you a performance of working on a combination of eighth notes, eighth note facility exercise around the drum. So all I'm going to play is eighth notes. I do not play a 16th note. I do not play a triplet. It's all eighth notes. And I wrote down on my piece of paper, right, left, left, right, right, left, foot right, foot left, left foot, so on and so forth. All the combinations that I can, take one at a time, put on the click, and move them around the drum. So I'm going to take a combination of those now, and I'll perform that for you. So here is how to work on developing eighth note facility around the drum set. One and 2 and 3 and 4 and